Stop making New Year organizing mistakes that ruin your fresh start. Every New Year, I see the same thing. People investing time, money, and effort into organizing systems that sound like they'll help them achieve their goals, but instead just create more stress and clutter. Studies reveal that while 41% of Americans set New Year's resolutions, only 9% feel successful in achieving them by year's end. This doesn't have to be you. As a professional organizer, I've worked with countless families tackling their clutter-free New Year resolutions. And let me tell you, the New Year is stressful enough without these mistakes adding to the chaos. But don't worry, today I'm breaking down the 5 biggest New Year organizing mistakes and sharing simple, practical solutions to help you get set up for a new year of organizing success. And make sure you stay until the end because I'm gonna reveal the #1 mistake almost everyone makes. And fixing it will save you tons of frustrations this year. Okay, let's jump into mistake #1. Starting the new year without a decluttering plan. We have all been there. January hits and suddenly you're buying tons of storage bins and baskets and organizers without actually tackling the clutter first. And here's the problem. You're organizing things you don't even need. You're spending money on products that might not fit your space or your goals. And in the end, your home still feels cluttered, just in pretty containers. But here's what to do instead. Before buying a single thing, I want you to take the time to declutter. Go through every space in your home with a critical eye and ask yourself, do I love this? Do I use this regularly? And does this support my goals for the new year? Once you've pared things down, then you can start planning your organizing solutions. I want you to start small. Just pick one drawer or one shelf and just work your way up. Tackling small wins gives you momentum and it keeps you motivated. Now that you understand the importance of decluttering, let's get into the next mistake. #2, ignoring long-term storage solutions. A new year often comes with a fresh start, but what happens to all the things you don't use every day, like seasonal decor, keepsakes, or even those extra supplies you stocked up on last year? First, things just get shoved into random closets or bins, and then you forget where you put them, and so you end up buying duplicates. And then this creates a mess that you'll have to deal with again in the future, and it's just a huge mistake. So here's what to do instead. I want you to invest in storage solutions designed for your specific needs. For example, use clear bins with labels so you can see what's inside. You're gonna dedicate one closet or a section of your garage for seasonal items. You can also try creating zones in your home for frequently used categories like office supplies, workout gear, those sort of things. The average American spends 2.5 days each year searching for misplaced items, collectively costing US households $2.7 billion in replacement expenses every single year. Don't let this be you. Here's a quick tip to save some money. Use an inventory system for your storage bins. A simple label like winter gear, tax documents, party supplies, they can save you so much time when you need to find something later. And once your storage is under control, it's time to think about your productivity space and how it supports your goals, which is gonna lead us to mistake #3. #3, overlooking your productivity space. The new year is all about goals and resolutions, but let me ask you this. How can you tackle those goals if your workspace isn't set up for success? Think about it. Your environment plays a huge role in your ability to focus and stay motivated. If you can relate to any of these next 3 scenarios, this tip is going to be a game changer for you. #1, your desk has turned into a dumping ground for mail, random papers, and everything that just doesn't have a home. 2, you spend more time searching for things like that one paper you know you just saw than actually being productive. Or 3, your space is just uninspiring and doesn't motivate you to work toward your goals. Sound familiar? Well, don't worry because you're not alone. The good news is there are simple steps you can take to fix this. Here's what to do instead. Start by just clearing off your desk completely. Yes, everything. And then I want you to only put back the essentials like your computer, a notebook, maybe a couple pens. Keep it nice and clean, simple, and functional. Next, create a filing system for important papers. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just make sure you have a designated spot. You will thank yourself later when you don't have to rummage through piles of paper. And for those small office supplies like paper clips, sticky notes, chargers, you're gonna use drawer dividers or small little bins to keep them neat and accessible. When everything has a place, you'll spend way less time searching and more time working. Now, here's the part I think is really important. I want you to add something to your space that makes you feel good. It could be a small plant, a motivational quote, or a candle. These little touches can make a big difference in how you feel about your workspace. When your desk is both functional and inspiring, you'll actually want to spend time there. And trust me, that makes tackling your goals so much easier. A well-organized workspace sets a tone for productivity, but it's not the only space that can impact your daily routine. Let's move to the next area that often gets overlooked. It's the heart of the home, and keeping it functional and stress-free can make a huge difference. Overstuffing the kitchen. The kitchen is often the heart of the home, but it can quickly become a source of stress if it's cluttered or disorganized. And here's the issue I often see. Counters are buried under small appliances and random items. Pantries overflowing, preventing you from finding what you need. And time wasted on buying duplicates because you don't realize you already have something you lost. These issues are super common, and here's how to fix them. Move anything you don't use daily, like your waffle maker or a blender, to a cabinet or pantry so you have plenty of workspace for meal prep. Organize your pantry. Use stackable bins or clear containers to create zones for baking, snacks, grains. Label everything so it's easy to find. Take inventory before you go grocery shopping. Check your pantry and fridge so you're only buying what you actually need. Okay, now that we're getting our kitchen in order, let's dive into the final mistake, which is one of the biggest culprits behind clutter and stress: keeping everything just in case. This is a big one, and it's something so many of us are guilty of. Okay, let me know if this sounds familiar. Holding onto clothes you might wear someday. Keeping broken gadgets just because, what if I fix it? Saving random items because you might need them one day. And here's the reality: all that just in case clutter is stealing space. Space that could be used for things you actually love and you actually use. So here's what I recommend my clients do instead. Number one, adopt the one in, one out rule. This means that for every new item you bring into your home, let go of one old or unused piece. Number two, set limits for how much space you'll dedicate to maybe items. For example, if it doesn't fit in one predetermined bin, it's time to reassess. And three, be honest about sentimental items. Keep what truly has purpose and then let go of the rest. By letting go of the item, you're not letting go of the memory. Here's the bottom line. The new year is all about fresh starts. So don't let these common organizing mistakes hold you back. Start with a decluttering plan. Create systems for long-term storage. Set up your workspace for productivity. Streamline your kitchen for ease, and let go of those just-in-case items that don't serve you anymore. By avoiding these mistakes, you'll set yourself up for a year that's calmer, more organized, and full of possibility. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your biggest organizing challenge for the new year? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to help you.